What's going on, world? It is your boy Glenn Lawrence, and I am back with yet another whispering review. And this time we got Don't Breathe 2. Oops, excuse me, I held my breath too long and then I got a hiccup. Now, Don't Breathe 2 is the sequel to Don't Breathe, which was a groundbreaking, weird kind of thriller movie. It's kind of like Saw, but a lot less gruesomeness. It had a twist at the end that I was not expecting, and I'm still actually recovering from. Don't Breathe 2 starts off exactly where Don't Breathe ended. There's a person wandering in the streets, and the house is on fire. So we get that. And then it kind of jumps forward. Next thing you know, the blind man, which is actually his official name in the movie, the blind man. That's they don't actually give him a name. It's just the blind man. Blindo. Blindo is raising a young child. Now, I don't quite recall if there was a child or if it's the turkey baster child, but it might be, could be. I don't know. That's what we're thinking. That's what we're led to believe. But anyways, it jumps right in. Turkey baster child is running through the woods, and you're like, oh no, is blind man gone off the rails? Is he now taking in little kids? And he's not. This little kid is on his side. Now, the movie is directed by Rodo Sagüez. I think that's how you say it. He's doing Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the reboot. Should be interesting. This guy's really into horror. He does a lot of horror movies. Monster Apocalypse, Evil Dead, the first Don't Breathe. He's really into this type of stuff. And now he's doing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That should be interesting. This one ratchets up the intensity, and it's very much like the first one. It's kind of like Home Alone, but like a real Home Alone, like a real Home Alone. Like, instead, you know how Kevin McAllister, he was like beating them up, and it's like, ha ha ha, it's funny, they get a little red welt. This one's like, no, for real, that trap actually killed him. It's less like Kevin McAllister and more like Kevin McClane. Like, that's a Die Hard reference because it was John McClane. So then if it's Kevin McClane, it would be John McClane's son or daughter or sibling or child. You get what I was doing there, right? It's a Die Hard thing. He's trapping and hurting people, or she's trapping and hurting people. The pronoun thing, I hope I got the right one. You know what I'm talking about. They're just trapping and hurting people. It's wild. Now, the movie stars Stephen Lang, who is perfect in this role. He's got the right voice for it. He plays a blind man exceptionally well. He looks like gritty, and when he's helping the kid out, you get the idea that he's like, I love you because I gotta, like, he's real tough. It's like an old Western, grumpy old grandpa type who's trying to keep you alive because the world's so hard. The reason the world's so hard is because they live in Detroit, and apparently there's all these like neighborhoods in Detroit that have just like nice neighborhoods that are just totally decrepit. So it looks very post-apocalyptic. It also explains why no cops ever come. Tons of guns being shot, houses on fire, cops never come. However, he does get a delivery. I guess Amazon Prime still delivers. Who'd have thunk it? Right from the beginning, I thought the sound design was good. It was very, very visceral. I liked it. Camera work made it very suspenseful. I really got the idea that I was ducking and dodging and hiding from the bad guys. So the camera work is a plus. Now in this movie, the blind man, he tests his little daughter daily to make sure that she's, up on it, which comes in handy because, he knows that people are going to come at any moment and try to burn his house down. I don't understand why he's such a magnet for people burning his house down. Now, the little girl whose name is Phoenix, which we find out at the end of the film, but I got to tell you now, or else I'd be calling her the unblind girl. She dreams of having friends and going out and doing things, but the blind man keeps her indoors all the time and shut in. So she really is looking to branch out. She gets a little bit of a chance to do that. She goes with the delivery driver where she meets some weirdos in the town, and all that training comes in handy. Unfortunately, the prime delivery driver, who was kind of cool, it's like an Army Ranger or whatever, gets taken out. That sucks. That hurt. I thought the Army Ranger was going to get a little bit more love and be able to do something, but nope, gets taken out immediately. What can Brown do for you? Absolutely nothing, because it gets taken out very, very quick. Now, the bad guys are like a mix of like Kid Rock and Eminem and LMFAO. There's a lot of like white boy bands and rappers is basically the assortment of bad guys in this. Another great actor in this are the dogs. The dogs are great in this. I thought the dog actors really were spot on. Now, there is a twist in this film. I won't tell you about it, but let's just say sometimes turkey basters are people. The stunts were pretty amazing in this. People are getting thrown through glass, thrown off roofs, thrown into things. It's a pretty solid group of stunt work, and they're all looking dirty and nasty. I thought the stunt work was pretty solid in this film. Now, they go through a lot. There's a lot of jump scares. There's a lot of people getting taken out in crazy ways. Not super crazy ways. It's not like a Saw level of getting taken out. But it's pretty dastardly how people are getting taken out. Like, some people get taken out by hose. And I'm not talking about at Freaknik. So there is a little twist there. By the end of the movie, Phoenix has taken everybody out and she has to run off and go live her life. So there's a ton of violence in the movie. Super, super violent, ultra violent. Phoenix has to go through all of this. And all I could say is, I hope that kid gets therapy. Like, how are they going to be okay? You can't go to school now, Phoenix. Phoenix wanted to go to school the whole movie. You're not going to be able to go to school. How are you going to relate? Like, yeah, I smashed some dude's head with a hammer. They're going to send you to the principal's office. But she does take a badass name at the end. Spoiler alert. She takes the name Phoenix. Like I said, I had to spoil that for you. But she takes the name Phoenix. I thought that was cool. It was a very cool name. Last scene, we get a little bit of a teaser. Like, is there going to be a Don't Breathe 3? I don't know how it's going to work. She's kind of badass. She goes run off. She goes and runs off to see if she could find a life for herself. I don't know what type of life she's going to have, but it is Detroit, so there's people who have been through that type of trauma all over, I guess. So, to sum it all up, I give Don't Breathe 2, I give it 3 whispers. It's pretty solid if you're into that type of thing. I'm usually not into the slasher horror type of situation, but I got an extra couple hours of sleep today, and they're really knocked out today. So I was like, ooh, I could probably get this movie in. And I did. I got it in, and now I'm bringing it to you. So there it is. That's my review for Don't Breathe 2. Solid movie. I think you'll enjoy it. Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. I really like Stephen Lang. Phoenix was kind of badass. She's like jumping through hoops and doing all kinds of things. Parkour. She made it really fun. The bad guys are pretty solid. Like some mishmash of all the white boy bands and rappers that you could think of. Solid film. 3.5 whispers. Go check it out. Now, if you like what we've done here, go ahead and like the video. If you really like it, share it with your friends. And if you can't get enough of it, subscribe so you can be notified every time we drop another one. And you can get more of these whispering reviews. All right, that's it. You can breathe now.